Charlotte Works is the workforce development board serving Mecklenburg County and your source for the latest labor market news. Let's take a look at the IT sector in the Charlotte area, starting with where are the jobs located. So you can see here from this IT cluster that most of the jobs in the IT sector in the Charlotte area in Mecklenburg County are in the south, throughout the south end region of town, and then intermixed through up by Harrisburg, the university area, down near Ballantyne. If we take a look at the summary statistics for this sector, you can see we're just above the national average for the total number of individuals employed in this sector. We have significantly above the national average in terms of monthly job postings. In fact, more than double the national average with over 2,000 monthly job postings. And we are slightly below the national earnings per job, although still strong with an average of $133,000 per year. That's just below the national average of $161,000. If we look at the growth of this sector in Mecklenburg County as compared to the nation, you can see for the past 5 years, we've tracked with what we're expected to do for the next 5 years. So 10% growth over the past 5 years, 10% expected over the next 5. And you can see right in 2019, right before the pandemic, we did have a slight downturn, but since then we've picked that back up and we are slightly above the national average for this sector and projected to continue to outpace national growth. If you look at the retirement risk in this industry, some diversity summary statistics, see it's below average retirement risk as compared to the nation, so a little bit younger worker in this industry, above average racial diversity, and right around average gender diversity for this industry. And then if we look at the unemployment rate trends for this industry, we do see the impact of the pandemic again in April of 2020. And you see that's tapered off really since late 2021. And we really look to be at about pre-pandemic levels of unemployment for this sector. If we look at the demographic details of this industry in more detail, again, we'll see a breakdown here by age. Like I said, generally a slightly younger industry. If you look at it by race, again, a predominantly white industry. Black or African American workers represent only 18% of workers in this industry, while they represent over 30% of Mecklenburg County. Asian workers represent almost 15% of workers in this industry. And Hispanic or Latino represent only 6% of workers in this industry, and they're about 11 to 13% of Mecklenburg County. And if we look at this by gender, again, a predominantly male industry, over 2/3 of all individuals employed in the sector are male. And if you look at the top occupations in this industry, no surprise, computer mathematical occupations, business and financial operations are still strong in the IT sector, management occupations, administrative support, and sales. If we look at the top employers in this industry, you see Spectrum, Accenture, and if you look at the top job titles, you'll see programmers, Java developers, project managers. So again, we got that balance of technical skill and those managing and overseeing the project development. And if we look at a breakdown of skills in this sector, we see, the previous industry that people are coming from and then the industry they're going to. And so keep in mind, again, this is a sector. So this is made up of over 50 small industries. So you can see some of the overlap here. But if we look at this, really not too surprising. Everything seems to pretty well tracked with a previous industry and a post industry. Some of those other industries, we would see individuals coming from different sectors and leaving to different sectors. But really, these are all sub industries of that IT sector. Again, you can see the numbers there in more detail. Here's where we get into the top skills in demand for job postings in this sector. Unsurprisingly, the top two are agile methodology and SQL. So those are obviously those are two of the top skills in demand in our region. And then we see automation, that's another top skill in demand, Java, marketing, finance, Python. So really reflective of our overall top skills in demand in the Charlotte region. If we look at the gross regional product for this industry, we see it contributes almost 12 billion in gross regional product into our local economy, and almost 7 billion of that is in earnings. And we can see the strong growth we've seen since 2019, where we were at just under 8 billion in 2019, and we've grown into 2022 to getting close to 12 billion in gross regional product. And so that's all I have, but I hope you've enjoyed this quick update on the IT sector. For more information or for assistance as a business or a job seeker, visit charlotteworks.com.